2 Chronicles 29 verse 11 says this, "My sons, do not now be negligent, for the Lord has chosen you to stand in his presence, to minister to him, to be his ministers, and to make offerings for him." This is such an important verse in the Bible, and one of those words in there, negligent, is really important. I think in our culture, we think of negligence as like just kind of not doing what we should do, but the Bible places a higher value on it. The word negligence is this word shalah. It means to deceive, especially through educating or by not educating. And so here's the idea of this word. When we don't educate ourselves, we give others the opportunity. When we're negligent to educate ourselves, others get the opportunity to educate us. So therefore, we end up being deceived. As parents, the same idea is true. When we don't educate ourselves and when we don't educate our children, somebody else does. And therefore, that leads to their deception. This is why it's so important as believers and as parents that you go to church regularly, that you study the Bible as a family and as individuals, and that you don't allow a tablet or a screen to educate your child or a school or a government system or anything else besides you and the Word of God to educate your child. And he points out, he says, why? Because we are chosen priest. This is important. We are chosen. I'm chosen by God to serve him as a pastor. You are chosen by God to be a parent. You are chosen by God to be a spouse. You are chosen by God to take care of others, to love others. You are chosen by God to help the person you married. You are chosen by God to help your grandchildren. You are chosen by God to help those in community around you. And so we've got to be people who understand, man, God chose us. Because he chose us, we need to educate ourselves so that others do not and thereby deceive us.